Welcome to a new video, PS1 Game Collection. I was going to say PS1 Game Boy, but that's weird. So here's my PS1 Game Collection that I'm going to start right now. Midway presents Arcade Greatest Hits. It's a bunch of Paperboy, Gauntlet, Road Blasters, what the hell does that say? Crystal Castles, Marble Madness, Millipede. Oh, it's only 6. Oh, yeah. I don't remember where I got this. Yeah, I have no idea where I got this, but I have it. I have some games that like kind of come out of nowhere. I mean, I have no idea where they came from. Maybe they just kind of showed up. Army Men Air Attack. As you know, I'm a big fan of the Army Men series, and this is a game that I actually never played back in the day. So I decided to buy it, and I have yet to play it. But yeah, those Army Men games, I think they need to make a comeback because they are amazing. Army Men Air Attack 2. Again, didn't play it. Got it relatively cheap. Yeah. Army Men games. They are good shit. Good shit. Ooh, here's a threefer. Threefer? Yeah, here's a threefer. Here is Army Men Sarges Heroes, Army Men Sarges Heroes 2, and Army Men 3D. The Army Men 3D I didn't play all that much, but I remember on the Nintendo 64 back in the day, Army Men Sarges Heroes and Sarges Heroes 2 were my shit. I have them on the PS1, as you can see. I also have them on the Nintendo 64, and I have Army Men Sarges Heroes 2 on the PS2. These games are a really important piece of my childhood, and it would be fantastic, and I feel like they would make a lot of money just from me if they brought that series back. So if anybody with authority in the video game industry wants to see what IP can resurrect from the dead as a cash grab Army Men, man. Bubble Bobble, which actually has Katamari Damacy for the PS2 in it, but here's the disc for Bubble Bobble. It's Bubble Bobble on the PS1. Play Bubble Bobble on the NES. I think it was on the NES. I don't know, but it's on the PS1 here. Haven't played it. Tends to be my thing. Croc II. I have the first Croc. We'll get to it later. If I remember correctly, wasn't this supposed to be like a Yoshi game, but then they decided to scrap it, and then another company I don't know, something like that. But I just remember playing the demo for the first Croc game back in the day, and this is Croc II, which I haven't played because I actually do want to beat the first one because that game is dope. Because I remember it from my childhood, you know, nostalgia. Dino Crisis. Creator of Resident Evil. Created Dino Crisis. Resident Evil with dinos. Good stuff. Game series that need to be remade and come back. This right here. If you can, please. Thank you very much. I've never beat it, but it's an amazing game. From the time I played it, I enjoyed it a lot. And from what I understand, a lot of people enjoy it too. Here's a twofer. Duke Nukem Total Meltdown. This is the first person one, and Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Duke Nukem is done. I think Duke Nukem Forever was kind of like a trash heap, from what I understand. I played it a little bit. I didn't mind it, but that took a long time to make. And yeah, I think Duke Nukem fits perfectly in the 90s. But that's just me. He quotes movies, as do I in real life. Sometimes, most of the time. Sometimes. I quote video games more, but whatever. Final Fantasy VIII, Black Label. I have Green Label. We'll get to it later. I don't like this game. The story is, it's like, I don't really care about any of the characters. The battle system is fine. The junctioning is a little, you get to turn monsters into cards and turn those cards into magic, which is cool. But it's just the story. I was like, I don't really care about any of these people. Like, Renoa gets put into a coma, and all of a sudden Squall gives a shit. What? Yeah, it's an alright game. I like all the Final Fantasy games. I just don't love this one, and I don't love 2. I don't like it. Man, I just said I don't like all I like all Final Fantasy games, but never mind. Anyway, Final Fantasy VIII, not in my top 5. Here is 2 copies of Final Fantasy IX. For some reason, one of these copies doesn't work. The first disc doesn't work. I think it's this one doesn't work. This one it does. Yeah. Final Fantasy IX is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I love this game so much. And if Final Fantasy VII was your first Final Fantasy and you hated 9, go back to it. Actually, you don't have to even try. Well, although I do recommend playing 1 through 6. But if 7 was your first one and you don't like Final Fantasy 9, I would say give it another go. Final Fantasy Tactics. I played this for a little bit. From what I understand, this is another one that's considered to be one of the best. As you saw from my PSP Game Collection video, I have the War of the Lions, which is the remake. Or remaster, or something with extra jobs and stuff. But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a tactics game. I like tactics games. I used to suck at them. Now I'm alright at them. I'm just alright. Here is Grand Theft Auto Collector's Edition on PS1. Comes with Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto Mission Pack London 1969. Nice. And GTA 2. There's a burp button. I know in the first Grand Theft Auto, there's a motherfucking burp button in this game. You press a button, you I don't know. But yeah, before Grand Theft Auto became the big hit it is today and well known, keep on being released on various systems, it was a top-down game. And I enjoyed it, the little bit I played of it, but it just the burp button threw me off. I'm like, how is... What? Here's the twofer. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The Harry Potter games are dope, the ones I've played. These two are no exception. Very fun games. PS1 Hagrid is kind of a meme. And the Chamber of Secrets, I played it mostly on GameCube, and I have it on PS2 as well. But yeah, the Harry Potter games are one of those instances where movie-based games or book-based games, whichever one you prefer, is they're good. They're good. Entertaining. Metal Gear Solid. I remember talking about in one of my earlier videos, not remembering if I have this black label or green label, but as you can see, it's black label. Metal Gear Solid is the Metal Gear Saga is my favorite game franchise of all time. And this game is awesome. What's Meryl's CD? Well, what's Meryl's codec? Oh, it's on the back of the case. What case? I'm going to your inventory. I have no case. Let me... What? And then you see the case here. Codec number is right there. 141.15. 140.15. I'm sorry. Metal Gear Solid. Great series. One of my favorites. Not one of my favorites. My favorite. 100%. Resident Evil. Second favorite. Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve 2. My copy of Parasite Eve 2 is cracked and disgusting. Great action. Great survival horror RPGs. Think Resident Evil. If Resident Evil was an RPG, that's the best. That's the best comparison I could... Best way I could put it. And I'm sure other people too. But yeah. Traumatized me as a kid, which is weird. I see it now and I'm like, yeah, it's frightening, but why was I so scared of this when I was a kid? I don't know. Wasn't a brave kid. Not really a brave adult. I don't know. Reboot. Wasn't there a TV show based on this game? I remember watching my brother play it back in the day. He rented it from Blockbuster. Yeah. But wasn't there a Reboot TV show based on the game, or is the TV show based... Or is the game based on the TV show? I don't know. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments. Here's a threefer. You know what it is. Resident Evil Director's Cut. Resident Evil 2. And Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Resident Evil, second favorite game franchise. These games, well, these two scared the crap out of me as a kid. I don't remember this one as a kid. And then I played it over and over again, and now I remember all of it. But, yeah, these games traumatized the ever-living crap out of me as a kid, and I must say, I feel like I enjoy this one. Out of these three, 2 is my favorite. Story-wise, the gameplay, it's great. But I kind of like this one. Does that make sense? This 2 is my favorite out of the 3. But I like 3 a little... I don't know. All I know is that you get to explore a city. It's fantastic. You get chased by Nemesis. It's amazing. It's amazing. They're all amazing. I mean, come on. Riven, sequel to The Mist. Sequel to Mist, not to The Mist. Yeah. Sequel to Myst. Myst was a fun game. I should get it on the Oculus. They have it on VR. I have an Oculus. I should get it on there. It would be fun. My brother introduced me to Myst, and very fun, very interesting puzzle game. I never beat it, but I used to have it on the 3DS. I don't know if I still have it on the 3DS. I'm not sure, but I do know that Myst on the 3DS is not in 3D. I don't know. Rugrats. Search for Reptar. Classic. Any kid who's born in the 90s has played this game. Even if they say they don't, they did. Even if they didn't know it. Rugrats was my jiggity jam back in the day, as my brother-in-law would say, jiggity jam. Diggity dam? I don't know. All I know is that Rugrats was my favorite cartoon. My sister and I used to watch it all the time, and that game is fantastic. South Park, another fantastic... when I think about it, yeah, I would say this is another fantastic game. Played it on Nintendo 64 back in the day, even though I really shouldn't have. Yeah, South Park on the PS1. You get to throw snowballs at turkeys. It's fantastic. Spice World. My sister used to have it back in the day. I found it at a game store that's no longer around, close to where I live. And as you can see, it was $5. I got it for her. She was like, what am I going to do with it? I said, play it, bitch. But whatever, Spice World. But now that my brother-in-law knows he could use his PS3 to build PS1, I might just give that to her. Be like, hey, here you go. I don't know. Siphon Filter 3. Do I have Siphon Filter 2? No. I don't have Siphon Filter 3. I haven't played this yet. It's on the PlayStation 5 Premium. I got this before it came to that. But yeah, Siphon Filter 3. I haven't played it. I know it's a stealth series. I know Gabe. I don't know if he has a last name in those games. But Gabe was kind of like head-to-head with Sam Fisher, Solid Snake. I don't know. Yeah. Here you go. The first one is in the greatest hits, which we're gonna be getting to next. But here's a for Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 3, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, even though the series continued, Tomb Raider Chronicles. Yo, these games when I was a kid made my baby feel funny. I'm not gonna lie, they still kind of do, but no. But yeah, great games. Female Indiana Jones, as some people call it, which is cool. But yeah, from what I understand, a lot of people liked Chronicles. I didn't play enough of it. I got this at a flea market. I don't remember much of it. I just remember it being another Tomb Raider game. The Last Revelation was kind of cool. You know, you can see how massive her babungas are. Anyway, and yeah, my most of my memories with Tomb Raider comes with Tomb Raider 1. When I watched my brother play back in the day, you fight a dragon in Tomb Raider 2, which is pretty rad. And Tomb Raider 3, I honestly don't think I made it past the first level. I never really tried. I played it when I was young. But yeah, that is it for the Black Label. Now we're on to greatest hits, and we're starting with Alien Trilogy. Yeah, Alien Trilogy on the PS1. I haven't played it, even though I own it. Intends to happen. The complete Alien Trilogy, the complete Alien Trilogy in one Black Death, White Knuckle Nightmare. That's cool. I haven't played it because I'm dumbass. I keep buying games I don't play. Chrono Cross. I really enjoyed this game. I never beat it. I have the remaster on the Switch. I played it for a little bit. I got about 5 hours in, and then I stopped. I gotta stop doing that. But yeah, Chrono Cross, 40-something playable characters in this game. Whoa. And there's a freaking character you can get in the first 5 minutes. It's that pink dog. I don't know the name. Didn't know that. Ran past him. Didn't get him. Here it is. Croc, the Legend of the Gobos? Whatever, bite me. Anyway, yeah, I played the demo disc of this back in the day. When I was young, when I was a kid, single-digit kid. And yeah, I enjoyed liking it a lot. And I got this at collectible/video game store in a mall near me. I love this game. It takes me back to my brother's basement in Brooklyn back in the 90s. I remember that. My memory is good with some stuff. Some stuff it's terrible with, but most stuff is really good. And I remember that. Final Fantasy Origins, PS1 ports of Final Fantasy 1 and 2. Actually, I think the PS1 port of this is from the Wonder Swan, if I remember correctly. Final Fantasy 2, not the biggest fan of. I never beat it. I've beaten 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15. Never beat it. Final Fantasy 1 or 2. But Final Fantasy 2, I'm not that big of a fan of. I don't know. I don't know if I'm hopping on a bandwagon, but I just didn't enjoy. That, like, why can't I level up normally? But whatever. Excuse me. If I go back to it, maybe I'll end up enjoying it again. Enjoying it at all. Final Fantasy Chronicles comes with Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger. Final Fantasy IV is one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. And Chrono Trigger, I have it on the 3DS. I never beat it, although I should, because I hear it's better than 6, and I'll be the judge of that one day, because I love Final Fantasy VI. It's my favorite Final Fantasy game. Speaking of which, Final Fantasy Anthology. Final Fantasy V and 6. Love Final Fantasy V, but I love Final Fantasy VI more. Final Fantasy V has a job system, and I'm all about that shit. Final Fantasy VI has a fantastic story. I highly recommend anybody who hasn't played Final Fantasy VI play Final Fantasy VI. It is a fantastic game. It's my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. Might be my favorite game of all time. I don't really have a favorite game of all time anymore. It could be. I don't know. We'll see. Green Label, Final Fantasy VII. A lot of people started the Final Fantasy series with Final Fantasy VII, my brother included. That's why he freaking took a dookie on 9. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII is another fantastic RPG. It is in my top 5 Final Fantasies. I'm going to make a video talking about my top 5 favorite Final Fantasies, top 5 favorite game franchises, that kind of thing. But yeah, fantastic RPG. It is the most popular Final Fantasy game, as Pro Jared said, and I am inclined to agree. It is very popular, and without this game, RPGs probably wouldn't be what they are today, I will say. Green Label Final Fantasy VIII. You know my opinions on Final Fantasy VIII. I said them earlier. Ugh. Silent Hill. I beat this for the first time about a year ago. This game is awesome. It is to this day, it's scary. I didn't know you're supposed to save Kaufman, so I got the ending where you fight an angel chick instead of the devil dude. Yeah, I forgot to save Kaufman. Didn't know where to do it. I didn't want to look it up. But yeah, fantastic survival horror game. Siphon Filter. I didn't play it. It's on the PS5 premium thing. But I bought this before it came on that, like with the third one. But Siphon Filter, stealth game from what I understand. Yep, Gabe is a character. Went toe-to-toe with Sam Fisher and Solid Snake. Don't know why I'm putting Sam Fisher's name first. Solid Snake and Sam Fisher. Which, even though Sam Fisher is the only one left. It's only me. Yeah. Tekken 3. Me and my cousins used to play the crap out of this game. My cousin was a little dick. Beat the shit out of me in this game. But we played this for hours on end. Tekken 3 was my jam. This is the only one I actually ever got really into back in the day. Great fighting game. The Legend of Dragoon. If you watch my streams, you know I streamed this about 2 or 3 times. Great RPG. I say they remaster this or remake it. This game, I feel like, needs more recognition. I know it's recognized today, but it could use more recognition if they would just do something with it. The Legend of Dragoon Harpoon is so good. I've never beaten it. I'd like to. Maybe someday. I'm probably never going to beat it. Or maybe when another video game drought comes along, I could hop into these games. Because I never thought I'd beat Dragon Quest XI. Then, months happened with no video games. And then I beat Dragon Quest XI. Along with other games. And lastly, the collection on its own, and in general, Black Label and Greatest Hits, Tomb Raider. I know it's pronounced Tomb. I'm saying it to be funny, so laugh. LOL. Anyway, Tomb Raider. Look at her Bazzolinga. Anyway, beside the point. Really, really, really good game. I remember watching my brother playing this back in the day when he rented it from Blockbuster. Back when Blockbuster would rent out consoles. Back when Blockbuster was a thing. I miss Blockbuster. But yeah, Tomb Raider. It is a really good game. I got this. That's the Tomb Raider game, besides the reboots, that I really got deepest into. The deepest into. Also, Tomb Raider Anniversary, now that I think about it. But, they're kind of like the same, sort of, but updated graphics, extra stuff. Anyway. So yeah, that is my PS1 game collection. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed making it. Sorry if this went on a little longer than it should have. If I rambled a bit, I've yet to get an editing software. Video games might be coming out a little longer when I do get an editing software, so I can edit them. But anyway, thank you all for watching those that did. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. Like, favorite, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo. I stream on there every once in a while. A lot more often recently. Yeah. God bless. I'll see you all later. Have a good night if you're watching this at night. Morning if you're watching this in the morning. All that crap. I'm trying to make an intro that's not stupid. Anyway, thank you all for watching my PS1 Game Collection. I will see you all later. Thanks for stopping by.